Welcome to Haltech Elite NSP Training Part 2. In this training tutorial, we're going to be doing an overview using our NSP software so we can get comfortable with the software and begin our training course. Without further wait, let's jump in so we can check this out.
Okay, so let's get started. We're going to be taking a look at doing a software overview using our Haltech NSP software. We need to know where to find the various features and functions within the software. This video is going to go through some of the basics and the things we essentially need to know in order to move forward with any future training tutorials. So the very first thing I want to cover is some of the basic functionality in the software. How do we open files? Where do we go and source the feature for saving a file? Let's jump in here and take a look. If we go to the very top portion of the screen, we find we have this file option right here. If we click on this, this allows us access to some of these very most basic functionalities. Under file here, we have new. New allows us to open up a brand new calibration file if we want to start from scratch and create our own file. Open allows us to open up an existing calibration file. So whether it's going to be from Haltech or something you've created in the past, you want to go and bring that into the software, we'll go to file and then open. Pretty straightforward. We also have save function, allows us to save a file. Control S will allow us to do just a keystroke to save it. We don't have to come into our drop-down menu here. Save as allows us to save the file as a unique name. If we want to overwrite another file, we can use this to do that process. And we'll look at file saving, file structure in another tutorial. Recent items allows us to access any recently opened items in the software very easily. So we can see here in my list, there's 10 of the most recent files that I've worked with. We can find I can just simply click on them and open up that file. Rather than going here to open or doing the keystroke for open, I can take a look at that specific file that I've been working with. That's a nice feature. If you're working with your own vehicle and let's say you're doing a lot of revisions, you don't have to go in and open up a folder to find your files. You can simply go here to the recent items and select maybe a different file you want to work with. Import upload allows you to get online with the Haltech and then upload an actual file to it. So when the Haltech ships brand new from Haltech, you're going to go and install it in your vehicle. You might want to go and use a base map from Haltech. Well, in order to do that, you'd have to first go here to file open up the calibration file. Then you'd have to get online with your Haltech, which we find here in our icon right here. Allows us to disconnect or connect. And most likely, if you plug it in to your vehicle, you turn the power on, you plug in your USB cable to your laptop, open up the NSP software, it's going to automatically go ahead and get live with the ECU, so you'll be live. You'll be able to go to file and then go to upload after you've opened up the calibration file already. That allows you to load the file in. An import feature, which we'll take a look at in another tutorial working with calibration files, allows you to bring certain bits of information, maybe table data or scalar data, into your calibration file. So you're allowed to overwrite certain bits of your file, or you can simply bulk import a ton of data. Definitely a nice feature to have, and we'll find it right here. Restore defaults. So if you've made a lot of changes to your calibration file and you haven't went to file and save or save as, and you want to go in and undo all of the changes, if you click on restore defaults, that restores everything back to the original state when the calibration file was open before anything was saved. I don't use that feature very much, but it is in there. Compare is a nice feature. It allows you to compare two calibration files together. It outlines the difference between the calibration files. So let's just say you have a calibration file, you've tuned, everything looks good, and you're opening up another calibration file, let's say from another tuner, and you want to compare what the differences are. You would use the file comparison feature. You'd simply choose the map for comparison, and then it allows you to go in and see all of the differences. Exit NSP is the same thing as going up here to the X arrow and just simply closing out of the software. I usually just navigate here to actually close the software out. Okay, so the next thing we're going to find here is that in our drop-down menu, we have all these basic functionalities. We can find a lot of them exist here in our icon list. So we're going to find here, for example, this is going to reboot the device. This allows you to connect or disconnect to the Haltech you're working with. We're going to find this is that new option, creating a new calibration file. Instead of going here to file in our drop down to new, you can simply access that by just simply clicking on this icon. File open allows you to open up the calibration file. This is a save function. The save as is not available here. Notice we have a save and a save as. We're going to find that also we have a compare map feature. So compare maps can allow you to literally do that comparison we just talked about. We'll have an import upload map. We've talked about that there in that drop down. We can see right here, there's a copy function. This is a paste function, so this is standard Windows copy and paste. If you want to go and copy data from one area to another, We're gonna find here we have undo and redo. So we wanna go and make changes or undo the changes. We're able to go ahead and use these icons here, or just do the keystrokes. Control Z, again, is a standard Windows keystroke, and we'll find that that's something you probably already work with or accustomed to working with if you use Windows a lot. So I use that a lot when I want to undo changes. Let's say I've made a change to a table and I'm not happy with it. Control Z just undoes that change. But again, we can just click on the icons here to avoid hitting the keystroke. I like to learn keystrokes that allow you to definitely work with the software much quicker. Going in here, we do have some other functionalities. Table access setup here. We have input-output report. We have oscilloscope, password protection. We have our upgrading firmware. We have check for update feature for the software. And then we have our data logging functionality right here. So we'll find that these icons are going to be the quick links to a lot of the more desirable.
Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here. And you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.